Guys, Delulu Laguna. Now, how do I put this? I know I've done two videos before about frauds. I don't necessarily believe they're frauds. When I say frauds, I mean whether they've damn right frauded, whether they've been overrated, whether they've not quite hit the heights they were projected to be, whether that was because of injuries, chances, new positions, managers, whatever. Ultimately, for whatever reason, I've decided to group them as frauds. So let's get into it. The third video on frauds. First, we've got to have Mangala. Talked about when he was at Valencia as a decent player and things like that. Probably the shortest one guy will talk about. Accident waiting to happen. I believe, I'm a bit like Arsene Wenger. I like to see the best in people. I do believe he could potentially get better. I don't know. As for no top clubs, he's definitely not worth the 30, 40 million City paid for him. Got robbed there. He's just poor. It's just like watching a child, an 8-year-old child. He had no positional sense. Just made comical mistakes. It's almost like he was falling on banana skins. And yeah, less said about him, the better. No offense to the guy. Otamendi. Most people were calling this guy world class, this, that, and the other. Again, like Mangala, joined City and just really, really crap. I mean, he would be a lot better if he was with someone that can coach him through games, in the sense that the best example I always say is Puyol and Piqué. Of course, Piqué was not a hazard like this guy, but Puyol was more concentrated, would keep him in check, and Otamendi does like to ball play, does like to venture forward and things like that, typical South American stuff. But so yeah, he's an accident waiting to happen too. Whether it's mistiming of challenges, whether it's just getting cards unnecessarily, just a downright poor fullback. I mean, centre half. You see, I got his position wrong. That's how crap he is. Another one, Benatia. Now, Benatia, I think he's decent. I don't necessarily think he's crap, but he's flattered to deceive at Bayern Munich. He hasn't really hit off at Juventus. I have a lot of sympathy because he was in part of some racist stuff that I've spoken about. But yeah, people had him as top 5. People were calling him world class. I have a friend who was calling this guy world class, and I like to make a mockery of my friend for calling this guy world class. We all make terrible shouts, but I like to remind him of that. Benatia's got to be a fraud, and I mean, was it Thingy? Was it Suarez who tore this guy a new one or whatever? But yeah, he's a decent defender. He's just not world class, so I've got to throw him in there. Now with a heavy heart, the next one, Hesse, because I love the guy, man. I liked him when he was at Real Madrid. There was a time I would have taken him at Arsenal, but he's had too many injuries and things of that age, things of that nature. As for age, he can't be older than 26, 7, 8 off the top of my head. So he's still got time to have a career, but there's just too many injuries, and he did look like a player that could potentially come off the bench for Madrid. He was quick, he was pacey, he knew how to score goals, especially for the youth sides, and he could have been a player, but for whether his injuries, not having a chance, etc., it hasn't gone to plan. He moved to PSG, didn't hit off there either, went to Las Palmas or whatever, and of course he's playing games there. Didn't really make too many headlines there, and yeah, while he's young enough, I believe, off the top of my head, someone please put his age in the comments, to have a career, it looks bleak. We've got to have Bravo, City's Bravo, the keeper. Now he's here because next season he might do better if he's still there and he's still given a chance. But compared to, I know playing for Barcelona can make any player look better than what they actually are. But my word, what a fraud! My word, he even frauded me. My word, you saw. I don't even need to talk about it. You saw the nonsense he was doing in the Premier League. The less said on him, the better. Djordjevic, or whatever his name is. I think he's now at Seville. He's been somewhat of a journeyman, been at however many clubs. City, frauded. And he was talked about as being highly rated, as being someone that can be a potential player. Arsenal, we were always linked with this guy, forever linked with this guy. So I decided to do research. I do think he's a good player, and he's not a bad player. Like I said, don't get caught up on the term fraud. It's not happened for him, especially at City. He never really got chances. He's had a lot of injuries. I don't know if he's a striker really, or what his position actually is. And I still think he's decent. He was doing decent at Seville, but ultimately for the hype and for what I've seen, you've just got to be put here. So yeah, guys, that's part 3 of the fraud list. So yeah, I'm signing out. Comment your frauds if I've missed any, and yeah.